Hi everyone, thanks for stopping by. Welcome to the channel. I'm G and this is G's Nail Spot. To my subscribers, thank you for coming back and thank you for your support, and anybody new here, welcome. Come on, step inside, have a look around. If you like what you see, don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. It doesn't cost a penny, but it really supports my channel. So here we go with the tiny little claws. Otherwise known as short stiletto nails that you guys will know I always do. These are for me, and this week I'm going back to black, of course, back to serious black, which is the Urban Graffiti brand that you guys I do love, and we are doing a black and white set, kind of black and white with a little bit extra because I'm sort of that basic witch that kind of is extra. Anyway. We're doing a cool witchy set because I just feel I haven't had a really nice witchy set on for ages, what with Valentine's and New Year and all that jazz. So we're doing a witchy set. Plus I've got those amazing stamping plates that if you didn't see last week's video, midweek bonus video, I did a stamping plate haul where I got a shared load of stamping plates. And I was just dying to use a couple, so I thought, you know what, let's do a witchy set because there's a couple of plates I was particularly keen to try. One in particular was a CADS plate. Never had a CADS plate, never heard of them until now. It's one I got sent over from America. So I've used those in this set. So every single nail has had 2 coats of that serious black. And look at them. I mean, they're beautiful as they are, really, aren't they, in black? But anyway, we've got Snow White and Soft Grey, also Urban Graffiti. And I'm using this Born Pretty painting gel in Darksword, which is that gunmetal glitter. I use it in one of the Born Pretty haul videos if you want to go and take a look at that and have a look at it in all its glory. But I'm using it as part of a marble in this set. So I'm using the white, the grey, and I'm going to put that Darksword on now. Admittedly, this doesn't turn out how I imagined it, so I end up changing it a little bit later on. Well, I don't change it, I kind of firkle with it a bit. I think I like it, and then later on I think I'm going to change it. So I'm going in with some blooming gel because I always do, if I'm ever doing a marble, I like to put some blooming gel down first because I just think it helps sort of move that gel paint, gel polish, whatever you're using. The blooming gel moves it around. Now this is where I made the mistake, look. Not the brush. The ombre brush is not the mistake. The mistake is that I smoosh the colours together too much. That is just, such a clanger to drop when you're doing marble. You don't want to be smooshing the colours together so that they create almost a new colour. And as you can see, it just kind of just looks like a grey with glittery. Now don't get me wrong, I love it. I actually really love that, and I love how the blooming gel is bringing it out as well. There's nothing wrong with that. It just wasn't the aesthetic I was going for in this set, I realised a little bit later on. So there you can see me, I'm adding a bit more black to try and get it more marbly. But yeah, the mistake I made was mixing it up too much. When you're marbling, just run a dotting tool through those colours very precisely. Don't be smooshing it around like I did. I don't know what I was doing this day. It was very late and I was hungry. I'm going to just blame it on being hungry. Anyway, I've added a bit more black this time so you can see it's got a bit more of a marbly tone look look to it, and that's what I wanted. That is my preference for the marble on this set. So adding that little bit of black just helped it out a little bit. And again, don't forget, take your lint-free wipe and just hold it up against the side walls when you're doing any kind of marbling, because there's a lot of product gone on that nail. There's blooming gel and a lot of gel polish. So if you just do that, it stops it being bulky and it won't wrinkle in the lamp because you've got too much product on there. Anyway, moving on. Festive plate number 63. This was one I got in the haul for £2 from MoYou London, and it's Halloweeny plate, but I'm using my MoYou London Stamper scraper as usual because they're my favourites. I really ought to try using some others. Anyway, clear jelly stamper stamping polish 002, which is pure brilliant white. And I'm going to be using a couple of designs on this plate. Like I say, it's a lovely, lovely plate. If you want to see the plate in more detail, go to the stamping plate haul video that I did last week and I show you them all in detail. But anyway, we're going in. This is the thumbnail, and we've left this one. This was just plain black, and I'm going in with the Ouija board planchette, and it's going to have a word above it as well. I think I went for no on this one. So on the other hand, I've got a planchette and yes, and I think on this hand I went for no. To show you guys how I do it, but Here we go with the precise placement, and that turned out really nice. Really good pickup and really good stamp on that one. And then, like I say, I'm going for that word above, and I'm going to pop no just above it. This means I don't even have to talk to people now. I could just, you know, show them my nails. Yes on one and no on the other, to avoid socialising altogether. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that. I am quite a social goth, to be fair. I'm not much of a loner, although I am quite happy in my own company. I am a bit of social butterfly as well. But anyway, back to the nails. There you go. So those stamps, I mean, it does bug me that nose not quite central, and I don't know what's going off with my camera this week. It was just being a real pain and not wanting to focus all the time. I don't know if I've touched a setting or something, but it was just there was just ghosts in the machine this week, naughty little gremlins that just didn't want to focus straight away. So I've left this in, but I've sped it up. This is where I stamped this word on this index fingernail 3 times. 3 times why? Because each time I wasn't happy with it. There was nothing really wrong with it. It was stamping on there, but it wasn't perfect, and I was in one of those moods where it just had to be perfect. So yeah, I thought I'd leave it in and show you that how sometimes when I'm doing sets, this is why they take me longer, because I'm just being a bit picky about how they look. Now, this is not a bad thing, because I do sets, press on sets for customers, so they need to be perfect, and I would never send anything that was less than perfect out to a paying customer. But even for me, they've got to be perfect. So that, I was happy with that stamp. That was the best stamp, and I'm actually quite lucky. It only took 3 goes. Anyway, moving on. This is the CADS plate I mentioned. I love this plate. Look at it. Look at all that. I mean, it's a bit smooshy because I was trying to clean it before I started using it, before I started videoing. But anyway, there's loads of sort of mystical moons, stars, pentagrams, all sorts on here. So I'm using this full cover design, which has kind of got pentagrams with actual look like little tiny flowers in the middle. It's quite an interesting design. But yeah, I like this one. You can see that there's a little bit of there's a little bit of black space at the bottom of the nail when it finally focuses. Come on, gremlins. So there is some black space at the bottom of the nail. I should have pulled the pattern down so that it covered that a bit more, but I do sort that out. I haven't left that in, but you'll see later on in the finished set that I've adjusted it slightly. Anyway, back to the Darksword painting gel, and this is the pinky finger. So I'm just on this one because this is going to have some stamping on it as well. I just thought rather than leave it black, although I did like how it ended up. I didn't plan on doing this. This was a sort of last minute, oh, I want to use this Darksword. So I put it on this nail, and I'm just doing like a fade with it. So I've picked up the ombre brush now, and I'm just pulling, no more product on the brush, I'm just pulling product that's already on the nail down to the bottom, so I've got a bit of a fade. Right, so this is where we're up to, with all the stamping done, although I say stamping done, we've got a bit of stamping to do on that pinky nail, and that middle nail needs some adjustment. So let's crack on. So I'm getting all the jewels, no, not all the jewels, but some of these I'm showing you actually, I don't think I use them all. I definitely use some of those. I don't use those black ones I showed you at the beginning, but I do use the tiny crystals. So we're going to bling up first. This was a bit random, this set. I kept jumping between jewel stamping, something else. Anyway, here's the McCart rhinestone glue, and I'm using one of these just clear crystals. Here's the bendy brush that you may recognise from previous videos. I don't know why I got a bendy brush. It's a new type of, well, it's not a new type of glue, but I've never had it in a bottle. I've always had it in a squeezy bottle, not a pen bottle like that. But anyway, on this one I've just popped a nice clear crystal in the middle, and on the full cover nail I've not quite sorted that black bit at the bottom out on the stamping, but I do, you'll see at the end. And I'm using the bendy brush, pop some glue in the middle of those pentagrams, and I'm just going to pop some of those teeny tiny clear crystals on there, just to bling it up a little bit. Right, we are back to that middle nail where it was just very grey marble. So I've decided I'm going to try and zhuzh up the marble a bit. So more blooming gel's going on here. And then I'm going to take a very teeny tiny brush and some of the black, serious black gel polish. And I'm just going to waft some through just to break up that grey, because it was just, like I said, I liked it, but it wasn't what I wanted on these nails, so I needed it to be a bit more broken up because I wanted it to look more of a smoky sky kind of look. But anyway, this has kind of worked. As you can see, look, we've got a really cool effect going off now. I really like that. So I did the same on the witch nail because I like that one so much. I went back to the witch nail and I'm doing exactly the same thing. I'm going to add a little bit more black and let it bloom out with that gel, and then when it's got to a consistency that I like, I will cure it. But yeah, I'm much like this. I much like it. I can't talk today. I much prefer it is what I was going to say. So yeah, and then I thought, right, let's do a bit of stamping. So we're back to the middle nail. Now I'm happier with that background effect, and I'm just putting this little sort of moony with a bit of a, with points on it. I'm not sure how to describe that, but you can see. And then I'm just putting some crystals of different sizes, going from that stamp down to the free edge. And after that last stamp on that pinky, the set is complete and I'm very happy. Well, I say complete, we all know it needs a Mega Gloss No Wipe top coat to make it all shiny and ensure all that stamping is sealed in and all those little gemstones have given that extra bit of protection and sealed inness, which is a word I've just made up. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed these designs. I hope you like my little witchy black and white set. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of the set, which is your favourite nail, and thank you for watching the video, guys. Don't forget, I've got discount codes in the description box below for Born Pretty and Madam Glam, so check those out if you're ready to buy some new products. But I'm going to leave you with some nice shots of this set. Don't forget, give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!